Hello, my name is Trent Williams. I'm the director and co-star of the short film The Dark of the Light, and today we're going to be talking about it a little bit. The story was pretty simple the entire time. The message I had when I was writing it was pretty clear in my head, and I was pretty fortunate that Victor had the same reaction after he read it, and he was able to jump on board with it pretty quick. So yeah, like I said, I was pretty fortunate that I didn't have to go into depth with it, and he really brought a new level that I haven't seen with him. I was kind of worried about the seriousness of it, and he really jumped on top of it, and it turned out really good. And I give him most of the credit because it's due to his performance that really made it what I feel it brought it to a different level of just, two guys talking back and forth to each other. So he took it to that level, and the film is really good because of it. The message that I was trying to relay to the audience was something that I'm very fond of, and that's personal responsibility. It really determines the kind of person you are by how you handle the mistakes that you make in your life. And I feel that if you can't own up to your mistakes, then that pretty much sums up who you are as a person. I took that to heart, and I really wanted to emphasize that in this film. And it's basically the theme of the film is what goes around comes around. I play co-main character, I guess you can say. His name is Trent, as well as mine. He's basically a vigilante at this point in his life, and he's trying to get the other character, Victor, to sincerely apologize and feel some type of remorse. But Victor's character, the character of Victor, is he's a street thug, and he shows no remorse. He's almost like he has no heart. He's very cold-hearted. But like most people, they put on this show like they have to pretend to be a certain thing that they're not. And my character puts him basically to the test to see if he remembers what he did, and if he's sorry about it, and if he's not, he's gonna pay. It was pretty easy to get into character. I mean, you deal with it. It's basically an everyday situation. You deal with it every day. People do things and they just walk away scot-free. And they have no remorse, and they just walk away, and that's the end of it. And you just, you got that, you want them to pay, and I think this gives the audience that chance to see somebody pay for what they've done. And I think that comes across very strong. It does come across that someone finally pays for what they did. And I would love to see that happen to guilty people. And Victor in this movie, he was definitely guilty, and he knew it. This one is actually the top one I've done so far as production value and post-production activity. It's been entered into festivals and put a lot of effort into it. A lot of time has gone into it. A lot of thought was going into the writing process of it. Victor came in and he nailed it. He did a great job. I don't think anybody I know could have done any better. He went to that extra level, which made it what it is. And I had to kind of get up there with him. I tried my hardest. I don't think I quite hit the mark, but I think we did a pretty good job in it, and hopefully receives praise from audiences and other filmmakers out there. All we used was a spotlight, and the light we used was a 250-watt heat lamp that I attached to my garage ceiling. I needed a spotlight, but it was covering too much light, so what I did was I took a box and I covered the inside with aluminum foil, and I taped it to the roof so the light's on the inside of it. And I cut a hole on the other side and make sure that it was covered with aluminum so the box wouldn't catch on fire, which it was. It was smoking up a little bit, but nothing dangerous. So we just had that spotlight shining straight down, and it turned out real good. A little post-production effects. We darkened the outside and brightened up the light, and it turned out really good. It turned out just the way I wanted it to. The focus was on the character of Victor. This movie is about what he did and how he's going to pay for it. The picture that I used was a picture of my actual wife, and she, when she saw it, she was kind of freaked out, but she didn't know I was using her picture. And the picture of the ultrasound was an actual picture of me and my wife's ultrasound about, I think, about 13 months ago. And it didn't go through, and we kept the ultrasound, and this is the first time, this film is the first time we've ever shown that to anybody other than ourselves. So it made this project that much more personal to me, that I can involve my unborn son into this film. So that's why it's so close to me. I was able to incorporate my actual personal life with this film on more levels than just my opinions and my thoughts on certain activities. I actually got to involve my son. The response I've been getting from close friends and family has been really positive, and everybody enjoys it. And some people have said they've cried after watching it, which is wonderful. I like making people cry with my films. In a good way, not because it's so horrible, but I like human emotion, which means there's some type of attachment, and that's what I go for every single time. There has to be an emotional attachment. Yet I want you to put yourself in the character's shoes and respond to that, instead of just watching something and then walking away from it when it's over. I want the audience to feel like they're invited into the lives of the characters I create, more than just people on the TV screen. And I think The Darker the Light really did that. I think it brought people in. Everybody has that person that they wish they would just pay for what they've done, but we can't legally do it. Don't do it, because it's illegal unless you can get away with it. So thank you for watching. I hope you love the film as much as I love it, and I'll see you next time.